Okay, welcome back to Chef David Hill's Studio Kitchen. Today we're going to do another appetizer. I would call this an amuse-bouche because it's a one bite, and that's really what it is. So what we're going to do is start with our chicken. This is a boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm going to go ahead and cut it like a cylinder shape, probably about maybe like 1 inch. Yeah, that's about probably what it would be. And then I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper it, all sides. And then for our next step, I have this Ziploc bag. What I'm going to do with the bag is I'm going to put the chicken in there, and we're basically going to do a real quick marinade. So I'll remove our chicken here. And what I have for the marinade is flat leaf Italian parsley, some chopped garlic. This is about ½ teaspoon. Then I also have some fresh thyme here. And as far as cleaning it, you just kind of take it and go down with it. You go down with it, and then it comes right off the stem there. Just pull it down, pull it down. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and chop this up. And we want to chop it up pretty fine. So basically I would call this like an herb thyme marinade. Thyme is kind of a strong flavor, but it goes really well with chicken. Really great. So that's pretty well chopped. I'm going to go ahead and add this to our bag. Go ahead and scoop that all in there. Then for our next step, I'm going to add some olive oil. ½ teaspoon, I would say. And then what we do is just kind of move that around. So now we have the thyme, the flat leaf parsley, the garlic, and I did season it with salt and pepper. So now for our next step, we're going to go ahead and sear this off. I have a saute pan here, smoking hot. It's under, I'd say a high. Definitely high flame. And with this, we're going to go ahead and sear it on all sides. We want to get some color on it and make sure it's well caramelized. As you can see, it's getting a little bit of color already. Flip that around. Turn the other side. Flipping it back over. Now this is going to take a few minutes, so what I would do is when this is on high heat, you basically do it 2-3 minutes per side. Then what I would do is put a plate on top of it where it actually steams and kind of keeps the heat in while we finish the rest of our prep. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and get our plate. Cover that, turn the flame off. Then we're going to come back to our work area here. And for our next part, what we're going to make is basically it's like a lemon basil infused mayonnaise. So we're going to use our little KitchenAid here today. We're going to put the mayo in. Now this is about 3½ tablespoons, I would say. I'm going to put that in. I have 2 leaves of fresh basil. I'm just going to break this up with my hand a little bit. Put that in. Then I'm going to also add lemon flavor. So I'm going to cut this off just like the end piece. I don't want too much lemon flavor. Just going to squeeze that in. So that's in there. And then for our next part, what we're going to use here is a microplane. This is good for getting the zest. We're just going to get a little bit of the peel off it. When you use this device, you just do it very lightly. You don't want to get too much of the white because the white will create like a bitter taste. And it really pushes that lemon flavor. Just a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. So I'm going to go ahead, scoop that up. So I have my lemon and my fresh basil and the mayonnaise in there, and I'm going to go ahead and pulsate it. And I'm going to do this on high, just for like less than a minute. I'm just kind of moving it around, getting it incorporated. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to remove the top. Get rid of our top piece. Then for our next segment, what we're going to try to do here, we're going to take the sauce and we're going to put it in a Ziploc. And in a lot of professional kitchens, they would typically use a squeeze bottle for the sauce. But, you know, most people probably don't have that. So I'm going to make this easy for you in a way that you could do it in your home kitchen. And it works great. I just do it in a Ziploc, put all the sauce in, and then what I'll do with my knife is I'll just cut a little edge there off so I can pipe it. So basically what we're going to do is pipe this out similar to like a pastry bag. So for the next step, we're going to take our herb cracker. Again, you can use any cracker you'd like. This is a Parmesan herb cracker that is very crunchy and lightweight, and I like the crunch in these, and that's typically why I use it. So to start, what I'm going to do is take our sauce, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the bottom here for our base. Then I have mixed green here. I'm going to put our mixed green down. Just kind of make it fit the cracker there on the bottom. Put our other mixed green down. Make sure that fits. Then we're going to go ahead and add another layer of the sauce. Then I have a little grape tomato here. What I'm going to do, this is going to be part of the garnish also. So I'm just going to cut small rounds out of it. About that thin. Not sure if you can get that angled in there. But they're just small rounds I'm going to create here. Okay. Then I'm going to check on my chicken next, and we're going to go ahead and put this together. Now the important thing when cooking your chicken, you don't want to overcook it. So I think you'll find with keeping it in the pan with the lid on, will make sure it's perfectly cooked and not overcooked. So I'm going to go ahead and slice it. I'm going to do a slight bias. And as you can see, that really is perfectly cooked. You can totally tell perfectly cooked. So I'm going to go ahead, put this down next. Then we're going to go back to our sauce again. Put a little dollop there, a little dollop there. Then we're going to add our sliced tomato. And then what I did is the flat leaf Italian parsley, I had a little bit that I just pulled away, little scraps of it. And I just want to do that for color for the top garnish. So these are just little pieces that I soaked in cold water just to spring them up. You know, kind of spruces it up and makes it stand up. So we're gonna do one more little dollop of our sauce, and that's it. Then we're gonna take each little piece. I like to use the real small ones. Put that down. Do your best to make that stand up. There we are. So we have two here that I completed. And this is a very easy thing. I think a lot of people can handle doing this one. As you see, it was very quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and present that. And if you checked out my other video, I did the similar type of hors d'oeuvre or an amuse with tuna. So as far as plating this up, what I would do, I still have the microgreens here, and as I explained in the other video, I like to put it down so that way if there are a lot of women at your event that have long fingernails, it's easier for them to pick it up so it's not flat on the plate. So I'm just creating a little bit of a, almost like a haystack here, so it'll stand up. And again, these type of hors d'oeuvres that I've made, these are things that you could do ahead of time. They don't have to be hot right off the pan. You could do this a couple hours before guests come over. I mean, I recommend you try to do it within an hour so everything's very fresh, but you can. As far as titling these, I would probably call the chicken one, it would be called like a garlic seared thyme chicken breast with lemon basil aioli. And as far as the tuna one, I would call that a peppercorn crusted tuna with anise aioli. And also there's a portobello mushroom there on the bottom. So that's the finished dish, and I hope you will go ahead and try to make these. They're not that hard. And if you want to learn more about me, you can go to www.chefdavidhill.com or check me out at my YouTube channel, Chef David Hill. Thank you.